sort the kids out, right? So I'll leave this on. I'll be back on in about 10 minutes. Alright, see you in a bit. I love the feedback. It makes me feel that I'm doing something right. I wasn't trading the afternoon on Friday. I was busy, but them two trades, I would have had to look at the 4 hour though, but the 4 hour would have had to close respecting. But them areas are spot on for wing backs. You can clearly see that. That's where you reject from. So really nice, mate. Good morning if you're watching on YouTube. Welcome to the stream. Just get set up, guys. See what we can catch today. Do you know what? The last few Mondays have been fantastic, you know. Normally it's slow, but it's been great. Good morning, FX Snipe. How are you doing, mate? Lovely jubbly. Right, I've got my hat on today because I need to get my hair to go back. Because when I wash it, it just goes. You'll stroke it back to get all the fluff down, and then as soon as it dries, it'll just go poof. It just puffs back. So I've got to put my hat on to get it back down. But anyway, right, are we all done? Everything's working. Where are we at? Okay, guys, welcome to the stream. Monday morning. Let's see how we get on this week. We're doing pretty okay with the record on stream. We've got 23 wins, 2 break-evens, and we had a loss. The loss was a minor loss, to be honest, control loss, I like to call it. It was a 0.2% loss. So we're doing pretty good, really. We're on a winning streak of, I can't remember when that loss was. I'll have to check my logbook.
December.
Was it December? 1st of December?
I think that wasn't that when I joined.
It was, yeah.
Yeah.
Bloody hell, yeah. 4th of December. First trade in December, guys, we had a loss. And then we haven't had a loss since 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. 13 trades. Not bad, not bad. We're getting there. We're getting there, guys. Okay, right. Let's do a top down because I did have a brief look and the daily was bullish. But I need to work out if to close back in the range. Okay, let's do a top down. So, welcome. 22nd of January. Okay, we've got, how many days we've got left? We've got this week of trading. And then we've got Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday for a closure on the monthly. Okay, morning Vin. So what does that mean then? Well, that means we've got another week and 3 days for this monthly candle to do whatever it wants. Now, she's bloody sprayed loads of spray. I can't bloody breathe. So we've got a week and 3 days for this monthly to do what it wants. Now, it's either going to come down and tap 1990, going to flip, or doji. It can do anything. However, we know we're really bullish on the monthlies, but this monthly can actually do anything. I would expect a bearish candle close. How big? I'm not sure. I don't know. We've just got to wait and see. We need more candles to print on that, really. So, weekly. Now, we know the weekly struggled to break these highs. And if you can remember last week, I said this had closed bullish. This one, bearish, should be coming down to, where was it? 2003 levels. Now, if you notice, we wicked down there now. Okay? And we've closed bearish. And what's really nice is the weekly's closed below any minor support. So really, it should be a fairly straightforward day down to 2003 levels off the weekly. However, we could come and do a steeper top wick, but we don't really need to do a steeper top wick, right? Because if you think about it, because this weekly's got quite a long wick on it, yeah, this is the lower time frame coming down, pulling back for liquidity to push and fill the rest of the range. So we should just get a wick fill, I would imagine, coming straight back down. So buys for me are probably not in it today. I mean, yes, we could get a steeper top wick, but I wouldn't expect a steeper top wick coming past 2043. I would just expect us coming straight down to 2004 now. Okay, so pretty straightforward on the weekly. Now what does the daily look? So the daily on Friday closed bullish. Okay, where did we close? So there is a minor support here, which we've closed respecting. So that's fantastic for us. Okay. Now we haven't closed bearish on the daily yet. It'd be better if the daily could just close like this, and then the rest of the week will be fine, because the weekly's bearish, the daily is now bearish, and then it's just a case of just coming down with the new candles. Top wick, down. Top wick, down. Right, but because we're bullish on the daily, we do have to be careful, because we are bullish on the daily. I'm going to have to open this drink. Okay, now how much spray does she need on? Bloody women. Put my gas mask on in a minute. So we are bullish on the daily, but yes, we have close respect and support, which is a good sign, but I would prefer it bearish. It just help with it, because then everything's bearish at that point. However, we are bearish on the daily because we have close respect. So let's have a look of how can we get some trades. So the 4 hour had closed below. There's another little support there. There's a minor support there. I would probably say that's the 4 hour range there. We haven't broke out yet. So the 4 we might, but we haven't filled the range either. And when you don't fill the range, you either close respect and bearish, or you push past it, because it's got a bit of momentum to push past it. So we might have to use a 1 hour. What does the 1 hour do? Where's this close? Okay, so we've just had a fake out on the 1 hour. I need to find this hour range. So if we are like that, and we broke out, it might be a lower time frame, you know, because these ranges are so out. There's nothing clear. It sort of hasn't really broke out. It's still working its way down. And for me, the next range on the daily. Yeah. Roger that. So the hour really should just be coming down to 2019. It sort of pulled back randomly, but it hasn't broke any. Now the only thing is, though, we have tapped 2019, so are we going to come back up? And if we come back up, does that mean we're going to come back up to 2028 levels before coming through? What do I want to see here? What do I want to see? I need to find this daily, sorry, this hourly range. Okay, so there is a little support here. What is that? We just need to find these hourly ranges, guys, and see if we broke below, and it'll just be a case of coming down to 2005. What's 2005? So this would be our target for today, or this week really. So we have got some wicks to the area there. Okay, that's looking better. So there is an hour support at 2021. Did we break below 2021? Did we break below 2021? We did, but then we broke back in, so we've had a fake out. So does that mean we're going to come back up? And we can't take buys because you've had a 4 hour bearish close, which broke out. So is the 4 going to come and create a steeper top wick? And if it is, how steep is it going to go? So I'm thinking, what's this? So if we look at previous data, when we come from these levels at 2040, let's find an area where we come from these levels at 2040. So at 2040, we come down, we tap 2021. We actually tapped 2019. So are we more like this, or are we more like this, where we come down, we tap 2024, we pull back, so we come down, tap 2024, we pull back to 2032, we then push all the way through and tap 2019, we push all the way through, we tap 2019, we then come back up to 2026, so we come back up at 2026. What does price do after that? Well, after that it comes all the way back down to tap 2019 again, and then it comes back up to 2028, and then it bombs through the floor. So are we going to see that? Are we going to see this? So if that's the case, we should be coming up to 2026. Can we just take a wing back sell from 2026? Now I just want to see though, we've had a double top. The only thing, this hour hasn't closed bearish. But even if we want to drive up, that's 19 pips. Up, 19 back. Up, if the hour closes above. See, it doesn't do it here. It can come straight up. But actually it does come back down, so would it be closer? So up, tap, something like that. Up, tap, down. This one didn't do it. Where would stops have to be? Stops. They have to be up here. What's this? Oh, that's pretty big. It's because you look at these pushing candles here. You're gonna have to go above there. I don't like stops on that. I mean, we are 20 pips take partial move to break even out at least. And that was 16. Okay. Up. New hour powers up, comes back down. Second entry. Second entry would be like that. To be honest, stops could be down here. Just that one there. It's the only one what catches you out. These get a pullback before this happens. Oh. So you could get away with that. Okay, let's go back. Let's have a look at this. Okay, so if price comes up, activates as a 2026 and then drops. Take partial move to break even would have to be 2024. But your target would be back down at 2019. So even if price wants to come up, come down, he should still play out. This one doesn't play, well it does play out, but only comes back to break even. Look, would have stopped us out there. So if we didn't get out there, this would stop us out, so we'll have to go above that. And then it'll come back down to break even at 2026. Okay, I want to have a look on a lower time frame. We've got 43 minutes left of this, right? So if we go onto the 15s will probably break the highs in order to get there. So if we look at the 13 minutes left of the 30. So the 30's bearish and the 30's close below this minor support here. So we're technically in this range on the 30. Okay, so therefore we should be coming down on the 30. But are we going to pop up first, break the highs? And if that's the case, can we get up to our wing back area? Because there is a little wing back area 2025 as well. I need to quickly head up with this. So up, back down. I mean, take partial move to break even could be here actually, which that would give us our 20 pips. So 23 pips. Up, straight back down. So this one doesn't play out. Actually, that would catch us out, that one. But we're not at 2019 there. Now we're at 2019. We come back up. We don't get activated. We miss it. This would be close to stops, and then you come back to break even. So it's whether you're going to get that volume. A half past. Down here, up, tap, straight back, and then do what you want. So it is quite a significant area, 2026, where you can reject from. Good morning, Krish. So I am interested in wingback sell because I'm expecting the weekly to flip back to the downside. So at the moment, guys, this wingback sell is on. Okay. Now, the reason it's on is I don't know where the only thing what's a bit of a query is the hour. This hour's closed bullish, but we don't know if it's closed respecting or broke to the low because the ranges are out a bit skew with. There is an area here like this, but then you've also got an area there. So it's what do you go off? If you go off this one, then it's closed respecting. You've got an S player. If you go off this one, then it's technically had a fake out back into the range. So it's a tough one, this. However, if this hourly does push up now on this hour, and even if the hourly wants to close up there like that, and we're in drawdown, the new hour technically is going to have to come and test the previous lows anyway, and then flip. So that's where we'd look to get out if the hourly closes back above. Okay. But saying that, even this hourly closed above and still came through. So it's only if we probably do need to look at getting out if the hourly does break above, just because we'd end up going deep into drawdown, because a lot of these will go into drawdown if you look at them. So we sort of want to avoid that, really. So it would be on the hour, but we've got 39 minutes left. So if we can sort of activate pretty soon. What we want to see now is the 15s closing respecting zones down here, and then 115 come up, pop out, and then pull back.
There's no top wick on the hour candle as well from 3 o'clock this morning.
This one here, yeah, 2025.
Yeah, they're up.
That's a good. Oh yeah, oh yeah. See, it might be worth. London's opening as well in 10 minutes, so it might be worth The thing is, I like the 4, because if you look at the 4, the bodies of the 4 need to come down to 2019. And you don't need much more of a top wick, really. If you're going to get a top wick on the 4, it's probably going to come and tap these wicks here at 2024. There's 2 hours left, an hour and a half left of the 4-hour candle. So if this 1 hour closes above, the new hour drives, new 4 is going to give us a bottom wick anyway. So the 15's still in the, sorry, the 30's still in this lower range. So this 30 hasn't closed yet. There's 8 minutes left of this 30. It probably depends on this, how this 30 closes. This 30 has to close respecting 2024. I'm just going to take this off for now, guys. Right. If price wants to push. Pips of 5s. Okay. Might be on my call here, guys, right? So just stand by. What would the stops be? Pips. Okay. 5's got no bottom wick. We can get a big pushing candle on this 5. That wouldn't be take partial. Would be aggressive with the stops. See, we're saying, are we going to come and tap this and then pop back down? That's what we're saying. So, I mean, if this candle pushed up now, yeah, I'd be looking at it. But we are going to be aggressive with these stops, though. And ourselves. Because we haven't brought the lows, so wait there. We haven't brought the highs and we haven't brought the lows. Actually, we did break the low. So is this enough liquidity to drive? If so, why didn't this drive and why didn't this drive? So are we saying you come back down twice now? So is this the liquidity to now push past these levels, to push further and deep? How many's left here? It'll be on my call list, guys, right? Because I want to see how the 15, where did the 15 close? 15's bullish. I need the 15 to close respecting 2023. It doesn't even need it, actually. This is the last 5 minutes. We don't want a 15 close up there, that's the thing. We ideally want a 15 close. Oh, if this 5 pops up now with no bottom wick, we'll get in. 5's close respecting. Nice. We need a top wick first. We don't want to coming down creating a bottom wick. Let's see how it's only this hour I'm a bit wary of, because you've still got 30. Wait there, what's the 4 hour like? I'm going to wait for the 30 minutes, I think. I'm going to wait for the 30 close. Because if this 30 closes back in there, like back above 2024, it means then we're probably then going to push the next range. So I think if we just wait for a 30-minute close, see how the next candle opens up. If it pushes up first, we look to get a sell stop underneath. Come back down. Even if the 30s close above, really. It's this I'm worried about this. Look at this. Doesn't even come back. What time's that? It's late at night, that as well. Just carries on. So that's what we want to avoid. Oh, what's this 5 doing? No top wick on this 5. It's sucking me in this. Sucking me in. Because even if you want to drive, you're going to have to come back. I'm not taking this guy. I'm going to wait for a 30. This will probably play out this as well. It's just whether it plays out before the 30. But even if the 30 closes above, the new 30 is probably going to pull back anyway to go. So the previous 30 is bearish. The 1 hour is bullish. 2 hour close respecting. Okay. Okay, that's helped me. 3 hour it broke the lows but hasn't got a top wick. Hello. And the next 3 hour can come all the way up to 2031. The 4 hours flipped and got a bottom wick now. Interesting, but the 4 hour has broke out, so at any point this 4 can pull back. Now we're trying to work out how steep of a top wick is this 4 going to come. So here's the thing, is the 4 going to flip back to the downside? If this was the 4 pulling back and it didn't have a bottom wick, then yes, I'd be all over this. I'd be all over this wing back. I'd be in there now probably. But because it's got a bottom wick, and there's an hour and a half, it means the second half of the forward candle, we can close bullish, and if we close bullish back in the range, we're gonna fly. We're gonna fly up. So I'm a bit cautious of taking it. I mean, technically you would be in there now, but I don't like the 4 hour, guys, unfortunately. Forward now, depending on, it's a 30-minute close now in 1 minute 30. So where do we want to see this 30-minute candle close? No FOMO if this plays out though, guys. It just shows that sort of our analysis is correct, but it's just we haven't been able to get in. We ideally want the 30 closing below 2026.16, and then if we can get another top wick to 2028 without pulling back, we can potentially take that. That would be better. And take partial move to break even would be there, but the only issue is I need that 30-minute close. 30 seconds. 30 seconds for a close. Has anyone took it? Someone will have took it. Someone will have took it. It's pulling back nicely, to be fair. Is the 5 going to flip? So you've had a 5 close above. So this is the new 30. Now is the 30 going to pull back first? Tap. We ideally don't want it to. Want it to push up first. Yeah, it is. Look, typical. Absolute typical. Eight pips. Look at the 4. That bottom wick on the 4s. Because this daily, if you think about the daily could easily close doji. Pull back up. And even come and create a steeper top wick and still close doji, because you haven't got much of a top wick on that. Ah, look at that. Typical. Absolute typical. Did you catch it, Dan?
Nope.
Now, if we get a 30 close back into the range below 2023, we can probably get a top wick and get a sell stop underneath, because it should be coming back down to 2019. Looking at this, if we're copying this, and that's what we should do. Look, we've came up, we're here now, we're here. So does that mean we're going to come down to tap 2019 again? And then we can probably do whatever we want to do at that point. Typical, that would have played out, that, guys. So I couldn't get in on that because of the 4 hour. One 5-minute candle as well. Look at that tap. All right, calm down. Calm down, mate. You make this look daft. That 4's really threw us off with the bottom wick. I don't know if we're looking at this. Are we going to end up dozy on the 4? New 4 come back down. Look, the 4's flipped, man. Wow. Wow. Look at that for one 5-minute candle. 25 pips. Anyone catch it on YouTube? Yeah, I know. That's what I don't like. I don't like the only thing is, FX Snipe, is the 4's done a bottom wick. Done a bottom wick first, broke all the lows, so it means it could flip to the upside and stay bullish. But I mean, you could argue and say, well, even if you want to drive up, you've got to pull back and then go. But there is a few times, the odds are not the best. There is a few times where if you get a close above here, you carry on, and it doesn't come back for ages. I just didn't want to get caught out in that. Not on a Monday morning. Morning, Jonathan. Morning, Abby. Yeah. Yeah, that's it, mate. That's it.
What about me, lad? You're not saying morning to me?
Good morning, Mr. Toes. How are you doing?
Yeah, alright, mate.
Yeah. Good to see you on stream, mate. We just missed a beauty trade, but well, I say we missed it. We didn't miss it because it wasn't our trade to take. But we're looking at a wing back sell from here, 2025. Look at that. One 5-minute candle has pushed 30 pips.
That's your gas bill right there, mate.
Yeah, I know. That FX Snipe, that 5-minute candle, what is that doing to us? Do you know what that does to you? This is what Forex does, right? It's a psychological game. That there was nearly our setup. The 4 we didn't like. But if they played out again, you're probably likely you're going to take it, aren't you? Even with the 4 was not right. And then that's what catches it out. That's what Forex does. That's what it does. So it makes us think, oh, do you know what? Next time I see that setup, even if the 4 was not right, I'm going to take it. Because I remember one 5-minute candle pushed 30 pips. And then that's the one what catches you out and you blow an account or whatever. So it's just Forex. That's what it does to you. It's all a battle. Remember, we're battling very smart people and they're trying to take our money. And we just can't let them. Okay, so this is not on now, right? So let's have a look at what price does in the past, because we do seem to be copying this. So if we can get, this thing is, oh, this might drag because the 4 was flipped to the downside. Because if you think about, we've been down here. How many times have we been down here now? 1. Then we broke the highs again. And then we attempted to break the lows. Sorry, we broke the lows again. We attempted to break the lows. Wasn't enough liquidity. We broke the high now. We've got enough liquidity to now re-break these lows. So, if we can get a 15, which is the next candle, to close, where do we want the 15 to close? Might be off the 30, you know. We should be coming down to 2019. It's a pretty clean traffic area, really. How are we doing, Pete? Anyway, all right.
Yeah, I'm alright,
Have a
mate.
good weekend.
Sorry. My birthday today.
Is it? Bloody hell! Another 21-year-old in the group.
21?
Bloody
Mate,
hell!
I get my bus pass.
Oh, what did you get? Rollerblades? I know, yeah.
Oh, yeah. And I'll say the band that later on.
Yeah.
Happy birthday, mate.
Happy birthday.
Cheers, lads. Just a normal day, man. Just going to work and shit, innit?
Yeah.
That's it.
I don't
That's
celebrate
it.
birthdays, really. I'm not a birthday fan. I just think it's like celebrating one step closer to dying. Do you know what I mean? I don't get it. This 15 can actually close all the way down in 2020 and then you pull back. So if we can get a pullback on the next 15, on these ones they don't pull back, but if we can get a pullback back to 2024, I ideally want to close below 2023 on the 15. So if we can get a close below 2023 and we get a pullback top wick, we can potentially either get a sell stop on or a wing back. I don't know whether I like the wing back because the 30 actually yeah, because the 15 broke below, wouldn't it? So you probably could take a wing back. 20 minutes left for the hour to close. That would have been a nice early trade, that as well. Got loads to do today. Loads to do today. So if we can get a close below here on the 15, we potentially get a wing back from 2024. And basically, this one didn't break below and pull back to 2024. So it means if we do break below, we might not pull back that far. But we could probably look for a sell stop underneath. Because we've already been up there. So one 15-minute candle can actually close all the way down in 2020. So 15-minute close. Yeah, look, you don't pull back. We might not pull back here, guys. We might just drive down to 2021. This one did mine. Look at that. 15 close. Pull back. 11 pips. Five minutes left. This could drive here because the 15 is telling us that you can drive. You've got a minor support here on the 5 where we've closed respecting. Look at this mess here. And then we've closed bullish. So does that mean we're going to come back up on this 5? Don't like these stops, like it'll be above 2023. Too big and it's not worth doing. You'd have to be like that. Probably we get away with that? If we don't flip and drive, I suppose if we take a wing back, the 15. So what we're saying is if the 15 closes below like this and we get a pullback to 2024, might not come back that far though, but if we do, we could enter on a wing back, and if the 15 breaks above, the next 15 is likely to come back, tap, and then flip anyway to get out. But is it gonna pull back that much? This is the thing. It's you might be thinking, okay, well, we're only going to get a pullback to here, but you can't think about where you might only get a pullback, and you've got to think about if it doesn't go your way, how do you get out? So if you enter here for a wing back because you think this 15 is only going to pull back to there, what if the 15 closes above? Where's the next 15 going to pull back to? It's probably just going to come and tap previous support, which is 2024. That means you're not going to get out of break even. So this is the thing, you need to try and get it where, okay, if it doesn't go my way, my pullback, is it going to get me out of break even? So that's why I'm looking at a wing back at 2024. If it doesn't go there, it's not my trade today. Because remember, priority is not making money. The priority is protecting what you've got. And if you have that attitude and flip your mindset, you'll start getting profitable. Because it's not about the money anymore. It's just about doing the same thing every day on the charts. And the money just comes. Trust me, the money just starts coming. So I am looking at wing back for 2024, only because these show me you can pull back. A little pull back there, pull back here. We've already tapped 2026. So this was our wing back area, wasn't it? Let's get rid of this. Actually no, let's keep this on as like that. So we've already tapped that area, which we missed. 15-minute close. So we're going into the last 15 of the hour now as well. Now, the hour's pushed up and pulled all the way back. And if we get a 15-minute close below, what does that mean then? What is this hour going to do? Well, if it's going to drive back up, it's going to do it in the next 15 minutes. So then do we take a sell stop underneath instead of a wing back? Because you go in the last hour. But also, what normally happens with the last quarter of a candle, normally pulls back. But we've already done that pullback. So if it's going to pull back anymore, it's probably going to flip if it's going to flip. But if not, then it'll obviously drive back forward to fill the wick. So what does that mean? Does that mean we wait? We wait for the top wick. Depends how this candle opens up, I suppose. Where should we be coming down? The 4's flip back to the downside. We've got an hour. Because if this hour closes bullish, it probably means the 4 hour is going to end up being bullish. That means the bias is flipping to bullish. And then if the new hour closes bullish, where's it going to close? If it closes above these levels, that means the 4 hour is closing back in. So that means we're in a bit of a dangerous situation. See, the 2 hours close respecting. 2 minutes, guys. I've just got to get Mason to school. Is the 15 closed now? Oh, wait there. 15's closed. Oh, no bottom wick. I'm not taking that, guys. I'm not taking that. It could easily power down, like. No bottom wick on this. I'd need a top wick anyway. I wouldn't even take this wing back now. Why? Because this is probably going to end up bullish. We've seen it time and time again where you've got a little bottom wick, but that's not enough for me. So it means this one will probably push down first and then flip bullish, close bullish. And if it does close bullish, you're probably likely to going to come start coming back up. That sort of helped us out really, because yeah. Okay, so nothing for me at the minute, guys. Mason? Mason? Typical. Look at that driving. Yeah, this 15 can still do anything though, but the 4 is flipped back to the downside, so it could also drive past as well. Look at that for an entry, guys, if we caught that. Dirty. Dirty, 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 dirty. Look at the hour. What's the hour going to do? We might as well wait for this hour close. Because here's a one. The 4 was flipped to the downside. Yeah. But if this hour closes bullish, where do you think the next hour is going to go? Like, what do you think the next hour is going to do? Is it going to give us a wick fill on the hour? Or are we going to flip and come back down? But why would a flip when there's no support here? Price just doesn't flip unless it creates new ranges. Winston. Licks his feet. So he licks his feet and he just the sounds it comes out with. Honestly, do not get a French bulldog. If anyone's looking at getting a dog, don't get a French bulldog. A bloody nightmares. 8 minutes. Oh, look at it driving now. Look at that. Okay. Oh, bloody hell. Imagine if we got that there. Like, typical. This is where it sucks you in. It's like, oh, you should have took it. You should have took it. Look at that, guys.
You're right, though, mate. That, when you start just looking at it like, oh, yeah, I was right. That's great. I'll do it next time. Like, you've just got to keep doing the same thing every time. Like, yeah. Mate, that's the key.
So, if the 15s come down to 2019, because remember we technically were on this, so if we come here, does that mean we're going to then pull back and push back up to 2026? And if that's the case, then this wing back would be on, because if we tap 2028, we're then going to pull back down. Because remember, we don't know if we go, the daily is bullish, remember, right? The daily's bullish, but it's closed respecting. So we're expecting this daily to close bearish, but it can only close doji if it wants to. So we're not expecting a huge drive, I think, off the daily, unless it is going to drive, because Forex, anything can happen. You broke the lows again, the daily. But there is a support here, 2019, so you can close respecting. Are we going to close respecting, or are we just going to bomb through these ranges down to our target? This is pretty tricky now, because if the hour does close bearish, it means the next hour technically should just drive down to 2019. So could we not just take a sell straight away? 20 stops would only need to be above here at 60 pips, because you should be coming back down. There's nowhere else to go. There's this messy though, but this is from probably not going to get a top wick either. What would that mean? I need a top wick really. So if we get a 15 close below 2020, this would be our advantage point. We might not drive, because remember 19 we're saying it could probably reject from previous data. So that would have to be like our take partial move to break even. Stops would only be above here. But I'd need a top wick, and you're probably not going to get a top wick. You're probably going to drive, tap it, and then get a top wick. But if we do get a top wick, then we can look to get in off the 15, which is the hour, because the hour's flipping. It's going to be interesting how this hour closes if it doesn't tap 2019. Technically, the next hour should drive down with the 4. But how far down we coming? Are we coming to tap these levels at 2016? Right guys, 4 minutes. 4 minutes. Good old Monday morning, eh? Monday morning. $54 pips. We sort of need this 30 to close like this as well, because if the 30 closes like this, we're probably going to get that pop down first, which we're not going to be able to get in. But if we can pull back and then flip, you're going to have to break them lows again if you want to drive. You're going to have to break this low if you want to drive. Drive back up, I mean. But I'd probably expect this hour to do it. The 15 actually broke out. Three minutes for a close. Done a liquidity grab. We're going to push down and then flip to fill the top with. Are we going to come back up with another grab? That's the question. If this hour doesn't break below, that probably tells us we're probably going to pop down, grab, come back up for another grab in order to get further down. If we don't break below on this hour. But it's tough taking wing back buys back up from 2019. Oh, look at it now. Okay. If this hour flips bullish, we can get a wing back buy from 2019. Because what's that on the 4? Because that's probably saying the 4 hours going to end up bullish. Only thing is, the 4 hours broke out, hasn't it? That's it. Let me see if this wind is right. Oh wait there, what's this here? Oh, there's a 4 hour range right here. Oh right. So what does that mean? The 4. There's two ranges here on the 4. There's one here. Okay, there's one here and there's one here, and we're in the middle of it. So where's this going to close? This 4. We don't know if it's going to close bullish or bearish. We know the 3 it broke out, but the 2 would close respecting. The 2 closes in 1 hour. The 1 hour is closing, the 1 hour's flip back to the upside. Okay, this is getting interesting now. Because if the hour closes bullish, and we get a bottom wick 2019, could we not just excuse me, could we not just wing back buy back up? But is the 4 going to come back and tap? And if it does come back and tap, that means it's creating a steeper bottom wick. Does that mean that it's going to drive down? Oh, so the 1 hour's closed now, bullish. So if this has got no top wick and we pop down to 2019, I am interested in where we at. What's this 30 done? So the 30's closed respecting. This is sucking us in. It's sucking us in. Because we do tap 2019, but then we come straight back to break the highs again. So if that's the case, 15's close respecting as well. So there's a 15-minute range here. No top wick. Winston. 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 Come here. Keep the bloody noise down, eh? We're struggling here. See, it's tough taking buys because the 4, but we are probably going to come back up.
Proper fucking lazy.
Who is?
I'm just trying to. Sorry, mate. I forgot I was not on mute.
Who's lazy? I thought you talked about me there.
These idiots parking next to Craig's, man. They're fucking blocking each other in and that.
Oh.
So they didn't have to walk more than 10 seconds. Honestly, man. Sorry, mate.
We're allowed swearing on here.
Luckily.
It's not made for kids.
I just love watching people. Sometimes it's great, man.
So if this hour could come down and tap 2019, we could pretend and we close back into 2022 on the lower time frame, we can probably just buy back up, get a wick fill on this hour. It's just the 4. I'm just because you're bearish on the 4. You're bearish on the 4. So what's this 4 gonna do? Is it gonna close respecting? Or are we gonna flip? Now, is this 15 going to flip to the upside? Or we're going to break out? Because technically we should just be coming down on each 15-minute candle down to 2019. But the question is if we get to 2019, that's the 4 coming to test the low again. So, and if it pushes past it and creates a new low, how far down is it going to come? Well, we know it can come. Wait there, let me have a look at every time you tap 2019, what happens. So, 2019, you reject, you're gone. Okay, comes down 2019, you come back up to 2022. So that could be our take partial, which was 29 pips. Straight through. Stops would be below here. At the minute, you do eventually come back up. Okay, 2019 back up. Even when you tap up here, you come down. 2019, you come back up. So we'd move that to there. That would be our take partial. Now we need to see price. If it drives down, does it pull back still? And if it does, then we can take it. Because even if price is going to drive down, we can still take it, can't we? So these have all come through. Morning, Nate. You alright, mate? To that. Back 2019, back up. 2019, back up. Even when you come through to 2016 and come back. Could that be a potential? Another wing back. 2019. So down. That 2019 pull back. Break below, you don't pull back, so that would catch you out. Down all the way through to 2015, and then you pull back. So they do all tend to work out. Yeah, we've just said happy birthday to Tozy, yeah. See him on the call. Yeah, he is, mate. He's on the call. He's just been booting off with some bloke for parking outside of Greg's. He's quite angry today considering it's his birthday.
It was a fat woman, actually.
Oh, was it?
I was just calling her.
Oh, look. So that one.
Blocking the whole street.
Getting a routine breakfast, mate.
Aye, 10 sausage roll.
Okay, 2019 back up. So 2019 we could probably take. I'm just cautious of the 4 hour flipping. Sorry, the 4 hour driving. That's what I'm cautious of. But you do, even when you come back down, you do tend to come and tap 2019. It's this here we don't want, where you can just drive straight through with one candle. So what was this? 3 o'clock this was. So this could have been news, actually. Could have been news. Friday the 14th. We'd probably have to watch how... Look, the 15's flipped. So if the 15 can close bullish and the new 15 pop down, tap, break the lows and then flip, we could probably take that. But things have to start printing bullish. This is the thing. Because you're bullish now on the hour. Look at the hour. You're probably going to get a wick fill on this. Because what we're saying is, we thought this was going to flip bearish and come back down to 2019, right? Or are we just seeing this part? Are we seeing this? Instead of 1 hour candle coming up, we're going to use 3 to get up, to close up there. Because remember, the hour actually closes up there. So are we going to get a few candles to close up there, and then are we going to come back down? So if that's the case, we're still bullish to 2026. And the 4 should flip back to the upside. It's all on this 4. What's this 4 going to do? I don't know if it's going to close bullish. It's tapped previous support. It can come and create a steeper top wick if it wants to. Because the bodies of the candles are 2029. But it has tapped the wicks, and this is where previous support is. So it has done its top wick. But it did do its bottom wick first. So it's indecisive at the minute which way it's going to go, back up or back down. And whichever ways, it's going to create a steeper bottom wick or top wick. And obviously it's going to be this hour. So what's this hour going to do? If the 15 closed like this and a new 15 pop down, be close. Look at the 15 driving back up here. $30. Now, if the 4 can close back above 2024, and then we get a bottom wick, it means we're then going to be pushing back up to 2028 at least if we close back in. So if we get a bottom wick, we could potentially just take buy stops off the 4 hour back up. I'm just, because that would be the daily coming back up, but is the daily going to flip? The daily, there is a support around 2030 where the daily's closed respecting, but we are bullish on the daily. It'd be a lot easier tomorrow because this daily, if this daily closes bearish, you then got your weekly and your daily's bearish, then it should just be a case of a top wick and then flip to the downside. But because yes, on Friday was bullish, it's putting us off a bit. So we just gotta see, guys. Because if we pull back up now, we're likely going to tap 2028. So could we not just take a wing back sell again from there? Because we haven't tapped 2019 again yet. So if we do come up, could we not just take a wing back sell from 2028? Probably gonna have to wait for this 4 hour to close, guys. We might just mess about it until the 4. We're probably gonna, aren't we? So the 4 was probably gonna give us, well, I say a bit of direction, but looking at previous data, you've got a doji candle there, okay? You've got a doji candle here, which doesn't help us at all. Because if we get a doji candle, what's the next one doing? What you tend to do with the doji candles, if they don't read anything, just get rid of it and then go off the previous one. So the next one technically should pop up, create a top wick, and drive down because the 4 hours still broke out. So the 4 hour range is down at 2019. So therefore, the bodies of the candle, the 4s, should be coming down to 2019 because we broke back into this range. So we're technically in this range on the 4. So if this 4 hour stays like this, we're still in there. We've had a chance to break back in, but we didn't. Therefore, we should be coming down to 2019. So if we get a top wick, and if we push and tap 2028, we could take a wing back. So if you look at this one here, we had a 4 hour close. Then we had a 4 hour bullish close, but this one tapped 2026, which we've already had that tap. But then the next 4 hour comes and taps 2028. So are we going to get that new tap on the 4 to come back down? If that's the case, that's the one we'll catch. That would make sense. So it's really on the 4s, guys, really. But we've got 45 minutes, and it could just drive. If it's going to drive, it's going to drive in this last hour candle. Now, what's a good thing is the hours closed bullish. So that means it's got a bit of resistance for the hour to drive down. Means it's likely going to close in around this area on the 4. Well, yeah, I think we're just going to have to wait. I sort of don't want to tap in 2019 on this 1 hour. Now, if the 4 closes bearish like this, fine, that's great. As long as it closes bearish on the 4, because he's still in this range, all it's saying is we're just working our way down. We're still in this range. We're just working our way. What should happen is a new 4 top wick. How high, I don't know. Might just come and tap previous support and then flip and come and fill the wick. Come down. But hopefully, if the new 4 opens up, gives us a top wick, and we can maybe get a sell stop on as well underneath. But ideally, I'd like a wing back from 2028. But whether we push that high, we know it can because these can. But did this one tap 2019 first, or did this get tapped first? I do like a bit of Greg's. I like the sausage and bean cheese melts. Lovely. Also, I like the bacon turnovers. They're fantastic as well. So we're unlikely to drive until this 4 closes.
I love a sausage and bean melt.
Yeah, nice, aren't they?
Oh,
Have you ever been to the Greg second-hand shops?
yeah.
The what?
Greg second-hand shops, that's what I call them.
So
Greg's?
it's like people who've half-finished pasties.
What?
No, I think the outlet.
Oh,
You get a bag of pasties for like £2 and that.
do you?
Yeah.
Where's that at?
All over up here, mate. Like,
Is it?
on West Road, where all the peasants live, basically.
Good idea. I know, because if you think about it, like, what happens to them all? Like, what a waste of food. What a waste of food.
Get all sorts for like £1 and that.
Yeah, man.
Morning, Martin.
That's why Dan does his fish.
Anybody caught anything this morning?
Yeah, I got a hard card, mate.
Did you? Nice. Nice.
It's nearly time for us to start trading again now.
Yes. That's it, innit? January. To be honest, we did alright in Jan. In the beginning of Jan, I thought it was alright. It was a bit slow, like.
Was alright for scalping, but
Yeah.
leaving it like the results weren't what I wanted to see. So
Yeah.
Well, I am majorly up this month, so
Go on, Dan.
plus,
mate,
that's it. Minimal losses, 7 losses and 25 wins.
Class.
that's good, mate.
Thank you.
So, what, do you know where you went wrong on your losses? Or?
I do.
I placed them. That's what I was waiting for him to say. Yep, I do. I placed them. That's where I went wrong.
You spot any patterns then, or?
Yeah, it's me. I'm a bellend.
Oh, well.
Aren't we all, mate? Aren't we all?
Like I say though, you get that point where you're sick of your own shit. You just get angry at yourself, and that's one of the turning points.
Yeah.
So you'll all get that feeling.
You've got to get like that, and then you go through that, and you come out the other side calm, and that's when you start trading properly.
Yeah, that's right.
It's like going through a storm.
Exactly that. Exactly that. Have you heard all the rumours about Trippier leaving?
I can't see that happening.
I can't. I don't get it. It's like pure clickbait.
I think it's just all this talk of we need to sell players to
Yeah.
fund.
It's what
more
Martin
players.
said. Martin said we'll get loads of stuff like this.
Yeah.
This is the narrative now surrounding Newcastle because they don't like being there.
Yeah.
You want the trash. I mean, I can't see Newcastle. And then why would they? Giant unit one Trippier on a loan. Whose benefits that? Just buying a unit.
I know. Doesn't make sense.
Absolute rubbish.
Yeah.
And that's all the papers talk will be about who you've got to sell, how you're struggling, and it's all crap. So I won't worry about it, honestly.
Well, I think it's just, like I say, we don't have available assets other than the people that we've just recently bought. So that first port of call for any journos is just, all right, well, it's East and it's Otman, it's Bruno. They're saleable assets. So
quite funny, to be honest. Because you were banging on about the North East Cup that you won the other week, so. Look at you now.
That's the master. Here we go.
This is what happens when you got no fucking money, mate. Welcome to our world.
No, but you know, it's all the. I mean, you can't call them journalists because not journalists.
No, they're not.
But you know, basically what they're saying is, Bruno's too good a player for you, and Isaac's too good a player for you. Sell them to somebody else. And it's just disgusting crap. It's easy. It's clickbait. It's just clickbait. So I wouldn't worry about it. So we've got people who know what they're doing in the club now.
I think the club would come out and say something anyway.
Generally don't.
No.
Why would you give it? Would give it airtime?
Yeah, true, true.
True.
No, I mean, like, if they were looking at sort of getting rid of Trippier, I think they would announce something, me. I don't know.
You've moved from that sort of club now. You've moved from a club that tells the press everything to a club that does its business and goes, there you are, thanks.
You leave yourself wide open to criticism if it goes the other way when you say stuff.
Yeah, true.
Yeah.
Better to just no comment.
You don't bother, don't engage him. Just the manager, blank face, you know, straight back, knock it back every time. Off you go again. And yeah, enjoy the ride because it's going to be better and better. Not for Sunderland, like, but obviously.
Yeah.
Mate, I'm starting to really regret Mowbray going like it's looking worse and worse every week now.
Yeah, I thought your owners were doing good for you. But, I mean, that show when you were playing us was embarrassing. I'd be fuming if I was a Sunderland fan.
It was a bad decision, like getting rid of him.
The reason why Mowbray went though was because he wanted some experience, and your owners follow money, and that's not what they're in for. They're in for buying players, young players, with no money and selling them for high money. And that's what it's all about. Income generator.
Yeah, but they'll only be worth high value if they're like scoring and hitting top of the table and stuff. You know what I mean? So,
yeah. Because it's all on that computer thing, isn't it?
Yeah.
All that
Moneyball shit.
Football ain't played on the computer, is it? Well, it is in Championship Manager and that sort of rubbish.
Yeah.
It's not. Actual football is played on the computer.
Yeah, you're dealing with people, aren't you?
Yeah. What a bastard. But Mowbray's superb manager.
I know it was totally like out the blue when they got rid of him. It was crazy.
Yeah, wouldn't recommend it, but he's gone somewhere else, hasn't he? Where's he gone now?
Birmingham is doing that right now.
Birmingham, yeah. It's suddenly Birmingham when he's spooky, isn't it?
I think that all they needed to do was get rid of Rooney to start winning, to be fair. It's absolutely terrible as a
See,
manager, Rooney.
I know. I think all ex-players, when I say ex-players, I'm on about when they've not long stopped playing and they go straight in the managing. I don't think they do very well. Look at Steven Gerrard and Frank Lampard and that. Like, I don't know whether it works, you know.
It's different being a leader on the pitch and a leader in the dressing room and like the ball field, you know what I mean?
Well, I think because of their name, they can get a job as a manager straight away, where really what they should do is become like an assistant for someone for another decade. Do you know what I mean? Shadow someone who's fantastic.
The egos are too big, aren't they?
I know, that's what the issue is.
Do an Arteta or something like that.
Oh, well, that's what he did. And
Yeah. Well, that's what I mean. So is Arteta done it the right way?
he always seemed a bit more savvy, though, Arteta. He seemed to have a bit more up top, like, didn't he?
Yeah, you've got to be bright, haven't you? Don't he's really got to the trees. He's picking up eggs, but not swimming trees.
But the thing is, like, all these English players, they rely on passion and come on, lads, and all that bollocks. It doesn't work anymore. You've got to be technically proficient now.
Yeah,
It's not about like playing. It does, mate. You've got to. It's a science now.
Yeah. Not this long ball kick and rush anymore. Is it?
It's not just about playing with passion and that. That'll only get you so far. You've got to have a plan.
Yeah, and you've got set piece coaches and
Yeah.
coach and running down pitch coach and all this sort of stuff. Bad, is it?
Yeah.
Manager, what's he do? He just stands there.
Yeah.
It's a game these days, isn't it? Lots of
Aye.
people involved. But it's enjoyable and it's nice to see that Liverpool, having spent nothing, are at the top of the league.
Yeah.
They've spent nothing over the
Do it.
Olympic test. I love that. Makes me first narratives funny. Nunes didn't cost them 100 million, he was free. And that's about 30 million a goal, isn't it?
They didn't pay that for him, did they?
100 million for 98.
Really? Bloody hell.
Yeah, expensive.
I think the thing with Liverpool though, because they only buy like one good player every season or two, you know what I mean? That's the thing. It makes them look like they don't spend much, doesn't it?
They're living up at Coutinho's style, weren't they, for 10 years?
Yeah.
Attack, Coutinho money that. How many times can you spend that? Keeps coming back to the yo-yo. But it's you're now in the same, like Newcastle's now in the same boat as City. Like press with the concern. You're an oil money club, you're a state owned. They don't want you at the top table. So you'll start getting all that weekend. Welcome to the world of football. On the plus side, you get trophies. That's the one, isn't it? That's why I think trophies have been won by the press.
I'll take the Panda Pop Cup. I'll take it now.
Hey, that's how you start, don't it?
Just
You get
summon.
the pot and then off you go again. Yeah, keep them going. You've got to get a foothold somewhere and off you go. And Bruno will be the sort of player you'd be buying on a regular basis. He's
Ah.
a cracking player.
He's unreal, man. He's bossed everyone. Every team we've come against, he's bossed them.
Burns not a bad one either for a plodder, is he?
Ah, he's just slow though, isn't he?
He never gets carded. He's like Fernandinho, isn't he? Oh, he's kicking him and that's sorry. Sorry, I got there as quick as I could.
Yeah.
Oh, you are right. You don't worry about it. I don't like that. Every team needs one. Every team needs one.
To lucky dip these days, whether you get a card or not.
Bloody hell. Or if it's a goal or not.
Aye.
Or if it's a penalty or not.
Might as well just bring out the Wheel of Fortune when they're making a decision. Spin it. Oh, red card. I only looked at you.
I mean, that was odd, wasn't it? The referee giving away a penalty because he got fouled in the box. Sheffield United draw yesterday. I thought it was very odd that. Or Arsenal when they had Gabriel was climbing on the guy. Oh, he jumped first. But if that's consistent throughout the refereeing now, you're going to get more sort of rough and tumble, aren't you, in the box, which is good, I think. But it depends on which team you are, I think, sometimes.
Yeah. Depends on who shouts the loudest. Who's the
Yeah,
best
it is.
captain.
That's why Liverpool get away with it, because Klopp, he'll come across intimidating to the referee because he's always whinging to them. Always screaming in their face, and that's he's intimidating. They can't be arsed with him.
Ferguson used to do that as well. To be fair,
Yeah.
didn't he?
I'm not a fan of, I mean, obviously I'm not a fan of Klopp.
I'm not. Can't stand him.
The excuse he comes out with, yeah, grass was too long, it was too sunny.
Yeah.
It was a wide day.
His teeth were too wide.
But do you know why? Do you know why he does it? Do you know why he does that though? Ferguson was exactly the same. It takes all the focus and the pressure off his team. That's the only reason they do it.
See, I was going to go for because it's
It's
the knob.
just mind games. No, well, it's
He's in there.
it's mind games, though, mate. All great managers do that. Take all the pressure off the team.
Oh yeah, but I like Pep though. You know, he's up against like Kakuda's back from Division 4 or whatever. It's all the top team. That you're thinking he's just a piss taking git. But he says it with a straight face and all that sort of thing. You're thinking, He never talks anyone down.
No, well, that's good.
He does do it right, like, but you know what it is with me with Pep? I'd love to see him. I'd want to see him at a club who's struggling and then do what he's done.
Couldn't do it, mate.
Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
That's what for me. He'd probably be one of the best managers in the world if he'd done it at a club who wasn't already sort of well established and a high standard. I mean, I'm not dissing him because I do think he is a magician, but it's a bit like Messi for me. So Messi for me will never be the world's best player because he's never played in the Premiership, and he's only been to so many clubs. Yeah, so that's why for me, Ronaldo, every club he went to, he done it at every club. That's why for me he's like the world's best player. And it's a bit same with Pep, really. Get him into Forest, get Pep into Forest, and then see what he can do there.
The thing about Pep football though is he's intelligent players.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But has he turned them intelligent, or are they intelligent players already?
No, they need to be. No, they need to have intelligence as of what he's trying to tell them, and they've got to park their ego. They've got to have no ego. It's a collective effort.
It's all about the team, isn't it?
Play the system. It's all team based, and that's what the players. The Bayern people like De Bruyne, the best players in the world. No ego in it. He's not full.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, that's why they never played with they never played with the striker for years, did they?
No. And it's that sort of thing. So I don't think he couldn't do it at a club that couldn't afford the players
Yeah.
he wants to buy. That's the thing. But
So does then that mean it's not really the manager, it's the players, isn't it?
well, it is because the players play on the pitch, don't they?
Yeah.
It's the system he uses.
probably-
Yeah, it's how well they can play into his system and follow his instruction, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah. Or,
So-
or his systems, because if you look at
Yeah.
the way City play, they play differently. They'll change the style of play 3 or 4 times in a game if it's required.
Yeah. This is why that season where Pep got when he's won the treble, it was the season he won the treble, and Newcastle had came from 19th, and no other club it came from that position that far in the season and not being relegated, and we were the only club who's done it. And then, because I was like, Eddie Howe has to get manager of the season because we hadn't hardly bought anyone at that point. He'd improved the players who were there at the start, and for me that's more of a singing the praises of the manager to turn players good. Joe Linton was a flop. He got loads of stick, Joe Linton, when he first come. He was dog poo, and then he's like unreal now. Almiron, rubbish, class now. Like the players he turned, fantastic. Shea, one of the best defenders in the league at the minute. Like he's class, Shea.
Yeah. No one's going to give you a manager of the month and not being relegated, are they? Or
No.
manager of the year, sorry, not being relegated.
Well, they should.
And I think manager of the season should be on, not what you win, but what impact you've had on the team. So most improved, if you like. So for Newcastle to take a team from 19th all the way to Champions League, definitely getting relegated to Champions League with the players he signed there, no other manager will do that for at least another 20 years. To have that much of an impact on a team.
If you win the league, or when you win the league, are you going to be happy with where your manager is not getting manager of the season?
What if he wins the league?
Yeah.
Well, this is the thing. If
And you win the league.
if I won the league, this is why Pep should have got it. 'Cause I do say he should have got it because he won the treble. That was it. But I think it shouldn't be what you win. It should be the manager's impact, or maybe there should be another award for, I don't know, best end ever, most improved or something. I don't know.
Best participator.
Best impact manager or something. Because Unai Emery going to Aston Villa, look at the change he done there. Amazing. absolutely amazing, but it doesn't get recognised because he hasn't won nothing. But it should, something should stand out for them. They should get some recognition if they massively impact a club and change a club like that.
You know, football's the winner award.
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah.
like kids at school.
Yeah.
That's what it becomes, doesn't it? It becomes that sort of thing, and it's not what it's all about. It's all about who's the best. That's what it is. Football is a business of who's the best.
Yeah.
At the moment, it's sitting, it hasn't been for years and years, but now it's our turn. It'll be somebody else's turn. It'll be your turn then. Newcastle, off you go. You have a state of winning everything. It's, I tell you what, if it is, you'll enjoy the ride then, honestly.
I can't wait.
No, you will do. You'll get there, certainly. You'll get a part.
No, I think it'll take a little bit of time once we'll get our revenue streams up, you know, and then we're not as restricted by FFP or.
Well, they're on
whatever
about changing the rules, aren't they?
No, I don't know what they're changing to do.
Well,
But
if you see Omar Barada's gone from City to United at the end of the season, he was our commercial football operations person. So it looks like United are going to take on City's model. You'll probably know City's model already. So yeah, you'll have somebody, and then United now will be voting the same as City do, the same as you do. You know what I mean? And it's that sort of thing that's going to be coming out now. People want to get shut of FFP, because people are in a situation where they've got to invest.
Yeah.
Invest in everything. That's what it's all about in football. You've got to win. I mean, even teams like West Ham are coming on board now.
yeah.
So, they're not voting the way Premier League wanted them to vote, because they want to stop you getting players from other clubs that you're owning.
That we own, yeah.
Yeah. What a stupid idea that is, isn't it? You can't put your employees where you want to put them. Bizarre. What a situation that is. Makes sense to me. But, yeah, it's all restricted because teams like Liverpool can't do it, you know, and Arsenal there. But it's slowly breaking down, and we'll slowly get to the point where FFP's come back on the third, and people will invest in it again. And that's where we'll be taking on big time. It's coming.
It's coming. There's a storm brewing. Starts with the fog on the Tyne.
Saw that. I was flicking through Sky yesterday and films, and the fog was on. What the hell? And the original it was. The original, the fog. What a crap film that was.
I tell you what is a crap film. Have you ever seen the Sharknadoes?
Yeah.
Oh, mate. Mate, watch them, man. You'll laugh your head all the way through.
Kids were laughing at the all these special effects.
Yeah.
Going, that's rubbish, that thing. Yeah, I know. But when it was on, it was cutting edge.
Well, that's it, isn't it?
Yeah. It was cutting edge, smoke machine, and that was it. Oh, cats, cheese. The fan.
That's it, we didn't have CGI back in the day.
Yeah, that's it. They can put it on anywhere, can't they now?
That's it.
AI with CGI, and that's it. You can put anybody wherever you want, saying anything.
Yeah.
That,
Dangerous, isn't it?
I think so. They'll get the come up and so on, the young people of the world today.
Damn right they will.
Dangerous, isn't it?
I'm worried about the future, me. I'm worried for my kids, and I'm worried for their kids. I don't think the future's bright, me. I don't.
Everything's got its time. know, for them when they were kids, there was no computers, no sometimes like the jet engines and things like that, you know what I'm saying? And now the changes between them and now,
Yeah.
amazing, isn't it? And it's just getting quicker and quicker. So for us, when we, you know, when we're in our 80s and we get there, it's going to be different. Our kids, different. Our kids. Wow. But everything's got its time, isn't it? People, they're used to it. We're not. We're not used to it at all, but they will be because they've grown up with it all.
Well, that's it. I was having a conversation, just saying, you know, like, I think probably my generation, the 80s, maybe even sort of early 90s.
70s, Dan. 70s.
70s. Yeah. It's probably the last generations that when anything happened with technology and we have to revert back, we can adapt back because we were born without it. We've just sort of grown into it, whereas a lot of the generations past that have just, they're solely reliant on this technology for everything that they do. So, not that I think anything's going to happen, but the odd solar flare.
Yeah, on the computer.
This is it. The only thing you'd be disappointed with then is I won't be able to drink.
Sure your fridge will be working, mate, don't worry.
I'll just go back to, well, wait, rice. Back in the beginning.
Some vodka. Yeah, right.
Wait, potatoes?
Yeah. Potatoes and
We got potatoes anyway?
We're not moving, Cap. We're probably not going to move to the new 4 hour. So that's what we're waiting on at the minute.
16 minutes.
Some good memes on the chat this morning, isn't there?
What's that?
We posted a couple.
I have, but I like that one that they can put in.
With the bin.
Yeah, and your answer to it was superb, mate.
I've always been looking in the wrong place, clearly.
Yeah. I think it all spit wild and rough down there.
Well, if I'd known it was in the bin all along, then I would have found it sooner.
Yeah, which bin? Crazy, isn't it? Well, we seem to have whittled down the audience anyway, haven't we?
Well, that's it.
What?
We're talking about football and left.
Yeah.
Yeah, so's gone, Nate's gone.
Was he getting sick of Newcastle talk?
Yeah, especially Nate. He's not going to be happy. He's not going to be happy, is he? He's being a knackered lad. Ain't going to be happy with that at all. But it happened for them.
Well, this is it.
All we need to do is find Jake who's got some pennies and there, yeah, happy days. He's got everything else. They've got the infrastructure on this car. Great stadium out there.
Well, they have, and they've got a good fan base and things like that. So all they need is, like you say, a decent plan. You know, maybe it's a season or two of not getting rid of decent managers and decent players, and have a good run. But, you know, I think they've been. Yeah.
It's got effort involved, hasn't it?
This is it, you know. I mean, you can look at Chelsea as a prime example that you can't just, you know, go out and spend $1 billion and expect that, you know, everything's going to work, everyone's going to gel together, the egos aren't going to collide, and that you can then move the table. It's going to take them. I know they're doing better this season than they were last, but those players still aren't living up to what they paid for them. So
Maybe not.
maybe it's even a couple of seasons before they start to play like they should be.
That's another thing, though, isn't it? That the pressure on Chelsea to sell somebody. No
Yeah.
one mentioned that. They're using Newcastle as a deflection. Because Chelsea has spent $1 billion, they've won now, got nowhere, playing the best football. No one's mentioning that in the press, are they? Or in the media at all.
Well, this is it, and how difficult is it going to be to offload, especially the ones that they've brought in and put on big money and long contracts to get round FFP at that point? You know, they're not going to be able to offload people who then they look at and be like, oh, well, that was a mistake, we need rid. You're leaving a very small sort of window of opportunity for you to get rid of those players, because there's only a set few teams that can afford that, unless they are willing to drop a significant chunk of their wages. Then, you know, you're looking at the top few in all the leagues, all the big leagues around the world anyway, where they can do that. So, you know, they've shot themselves in the foot, I think, going for that loophole specifically.
You've got players there who aren't performing, and they're on the top. It's like United, isn't it?
Well, that's it, eh?
You bought for top one, you've been top one before. You're not going to go anywhere else.
No, well, this is it. You're not going to want to go anywhere else.
No, £250,000 a week from Maguire.
Yeah.
Ah, what a waste of money, man.
Where's the money? And I was watching something. I think it was is it Ben Foster, the goalkeeper?
Yeah.
Yeah, I think he was on a podcast talking about like long contracts and things like that. And he was saying, you know, if you've got a player who is, you know, fighting for a contract, they're gonna train harder, they'll play harder. But once you get given these like long contracts, then a lot of players, but not every player, you know, not being like generalizing everybody, but a lot of players who don't have the right mentality, you'll look at that and be like, all right, well, I'm cush. It's like someone getting tenure.
Yeah.
You've got this long contract, so you know you're getting paid whether you play football or not. So, you know, you take your foot off the gas during training, you're not as, well, passionate and stuff like that as well. So that has to be a big factor potentially on why Chelsea aren't doing as well, is that you've got all of these players who are just like, oh, well, I'm raking in the money anyway on this long contract. Yes, I want to play, but if I don't play, I'm still getting paid. So, like I say, not everyone will be like that, but
It's about personalities, though, isn't it? That's why you've got to do your due diligence.
yeah.
Who it is you're buying, what sort of personality.
Well, that's it, and I think that's what Newcastle are doing right at the minute.
Yeah.
That seems to be what we are looking for. It's the right sort of characters who aren't going to come in and disrupt what's already been done. Because clearly, as we mentioned, I was doing something right in getting the best out of these players. So you don't want to bring in, you know, 70 million.
Needed to tell us that idea, as that,
No.
from that point.
Yeah. Well, that's it. So you don't need to go out and spend 80 million on a you know, a world class player who's then potentially going to come in and disrupt. Which is why when, like I say, as much as I like Ronaldo as well, he doesn't fit the model for us. So when there was talk of him potentially coming over from the Saudi leagues, it was just like, well, I couldn't see it happening. One, it's a big ego joining in that, and then, you know, like I say, how disruptive can that be? And we didn't need him.
Well, Ronaldo, for me, is a disruptive player anyway.
Mm.
That's what he does. He doesn't. He's not a sort of player that you want in your team because it's all about him.
Yeah.
He's the ultimate non-team player, isn't he?
Well, that's it. I would have had him when he was like 17, 18. But,
I didn't think he was that good at United.
no?
You know, comparatively, no, we had that step overs and that, but he was very flouncy
Yeah.
and petulant. And I think the Spanish league is an easier league to score in.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's just tough. Because you're up against teams that aren't as good. The Premier League's a tough league. Every team can win. Well, not every team, obviously Sheffield United struggle, but generally, every team win a game, can't they? Just mean, and it's games on. There's jeopardy in the games. There's not that jeopardy in Spain.
Yeah.
Like any team can beat any team on the day.
Yeah, that's it. That's the joy about it, isn't it?
Yeah.
That's why it's sold all over the world, and people are watching it, and the money's coming in.
Well, that's it. And every team in the Premier League deserves to be there. They've worked hard enough to get into it in the first place. So it's like you say, it's how then you adapt to the Premier League. And adapt quickly. Some can't.
No,
So
no, you're right. It's a tough game because you're going to get kicked, you're going to get chased. There's no vets in the game. You can't, you know what I mean? If you're 3-0 up against, I don't know, some team in Spain, then you know you've won the game and you just pass it out and have a laugh.
yeah.
You can't do that. People will always try, even if the bobbins. But no, it's
No, I agree. I think that's why we are like considered, the best team league in the world. And I think that's because you look at the French league and things like that.
The Scottish League.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
They got a league in Scotland.
Yeah.
It's
Just about.
Celtic and Angels, isn't it?
Yeah.
But even with City's dominance recently, 4 out of the last 5, and it's not been a walkover from the getting. There's always been a team that's chased them up.
Yeah.
Which I think brings the best out of City and also brings the best out of that club.
Yeah.
I think it's everybody better stuff, but it's not a walkover. You haven't got 20 points ahead. Although let's face it, I would prefer that. I would prefer an easy ride, and we're winning the league by 25 points every season. That'll be cheer me up. But it ain't gonna happen because it's the Premier League and teams won't let it.
It's competitive. Yeah.
We've got 5 minutes for the close, guys. 5 minutes. There's nothing we can do till this 4. You're probably not going to move anyway until this 4's closed. But where's it going to go? That's the thing. Is it going to come down first and then flip, or what are we doing? Yeah, we haven't got a bias yet, Farhan. Sorry, mate. I've just seen your message. We haven't got a bias yet, and we can. Well, we are bearish down to 2005. That's our sort of bias, but it might not get down there today. That's like the weekly one. We did miss a trade. We did nearly get in, literally, at 2026 for a wing back sell, which would have played out nicely. But because the forward had already done a bottom wick and flipped to the upside, I was just cautious that we were going to drive to the next range, so I personally didn't take it. But now we're just waiting for the forward close to see what direction we've got. Do you get in your... Pete, would you get in your current team? What do you mean? Vicky? Good morning, by the way. What team? The team who I manage, or about Newcastle? Because either way, both, yes. Of course I would. Even with me broken leg, I wish I was still playing now, but Newcastle, yeah, of course I would. Be bombing up and down that wing. But yeah, I would get my ladies team. My ladies team are pretty good, to be fair. Pretty good. we had to cancel our game yesterday. We had that storm. It's like 80 mph winds here. Crazy.
Came up here as well.
Did ya?
Yeah, it's windy. Very.
Very, very windy. I've got to make some thumbnails, guys. Have you got any ideas for thumbnails for the YouTube? Funny thumbnails for YouTube. Any ideas? Fling them my way.
Like a Charlie's Angels.
Charlie's Angels one. Ooh. Who? Me, Vic, and Andy. Charlie's Angels.
Hey, you do Charlie's Angels, a Night Rider.
Knight Rider. Ooh. I have got a Three Musketeers one.
Hey, go for it, mate.
Oh, we've seen that one, haven't we?
I think you have seen that one, yeah.
It's a good one, though.
It is pretty funny.
What's the other one? Don't do Terrorhawks.
Terrorhawks, what's that?
You don't remember Terrorhawks.
I don't. As far as I'm concerned, Martin. As far as I'm concerned, Martin, PlayStations have always existed.
Yeah, I know where we're coming from now. You still could do say A-Team, couldn't you? You could do,
A-Team, yeah, I remember the A-Team.
Remember that. What was that one with the helicopter?
Oh,
That was Wolf. Thingy.
Wolf.
Why can't I get that out? Airwolf.
Airwolf, that was it, wasn't it?
You could do that, couldn't you?
Oh yeah, could be sat in the helicopter.
Yeah.
Oh, that's a good idea, yeah. Sat in the helicopter.
My pleasure, mate. You've got ideas, mate. I can come out with all sorts of crap.
Do a Mario one?
Mario.
Maybe it's Princess Peach.
Yeah, that's tough that because it's cartoon going on to then
You
our
just
face.
impose a face on.
Who would ever do that?
It's got to look half
Who would ever
decent.
superimpose face on something?
No, nobody.
What else can we do? We could do two Marvel characters.
Traders assemble. Nice.
Yeah. And you could go DC. You're miserable. Serious.
Oh, that doesn't exist, does it?
What?
DC.
DC. Yeah. That's
See,
like
that show is so much bigger than it is. They've done terrible over the years.
Street Hawk, Nate said. Street Hawk. Austin Powers, I like it, Sam. That's a good one. Austin Powers.
Nice. It's a shout,
What
that.
do you mean one? His little finger.
I could put me and you on a Brokeback Mountain one, couldn't I, Dan?
You could.
Me cuddling you from behind.
Just on a single horse.
Yeah. Right, guys, we've got a 4-hour close in 3 seconds. So let's get back to trading. Yeah, let's get back to trading. So, where has this 4-hour close? So this 4-hour closed has closed. Where are we at? We're in this range, aren't we? So therefore we should be coming down to 2019. But I need a top wick. If I can get a top wick. We didn't close below this minor support, but this is a minor support. There is some areas where you don't actually push to 2019. But you did push lower. So I would feel like you're going to have to come and tap 2019, if not break the lows again, before coming back up, if you want to come back up. So if this 4-hour can give us a top wick, we could potentially take a wing back sell from 2028 or just a sell stop underneath. However, if this 4 comes and taps 2019, it's a bit of a nightmare that for us, because 2019 is a strong area where we can reject from. And if you look at the hours, it means you can come and tap down there and just come back up, but it can take a couple of hours. So time, we're on 10 o'clock. It means we'll be looking at New York. So it's not what we really want. We've got no top wick. No top wick. Can we get a top wick first? Can a 15 flip back to the upside? So we've got a 15 nest play here. Nest play. On this minor support. So what is this 15 going to do? There's not enough range to take a 15 break to the low. 13 pips. Because at any point you haven't got a top wick, so you couldn't really take a break to the low, because at any point the 4 could flip to the upside and create a top wick. Does look like it's pushing down. What's the 5's done? What if we take a 5? You can't even take a 5. You'd need a 5 break below 2020. Let's have a look what the 5's do when you get a break below 2020. Right, fake out. So you have to be careful with that. 5 straight through. 5. Didn't make it down there. I'm not liking it, guy. I need a top wick. Need a top wick off the 4, really, if anything. For but if it comes and taps 2019, it means if you tap 2019, what does that mean? Tap 2019, it means then. So let's say we're on this now, right? We're coming back down. If we tap 2019, it means the 4 is going to flip bullish and close there. It wouldn't activate our wing back sell, but then the new 4 is going to power through. It means you're not going to get activated. This is the thing. So if we tap 2019, then I'm probably done. Probably call it a stream. But if we don't tap 2019 again and we pull back, but we've got to get activated in the first hour. And are we going to get activated in the first hour? I can't see it. If anything, we're going to come back up to 2026. Because this hour is probably going to close in and around the 2024 mark. 2024 mark. Then the new hour bottom wick. And then push up. So that means you're looking at 12 o'clock for the trade. Because you couldn't take this either because you're bearish on the hour. So at any point the hour could flip to the downside. Teletubbies, Nate said. Yeah, I could look at the Teletubbies. 2 hours bearish. Three-hour closed bullish and closed respecting. So I'm in the 3 hours going to come back up. I can't really take anything here, guys. That 4 wasn't the best either for me. You've got a minor support here at 2021, right? And you've got another area here at 2021 where the 4 was closed, and then the next 4 just bombs all the way up, back up. So if we can't take sells down, even though we're bearish, I can't take a sell here without creating a steeper top wick. Because at any point this 4 can flip to the upside because you haven't broke below that minor support. And then even the minor support, the next support is 2019, so it's not a huge range. And it's just, I'm not willing to take the risk to grab the pips from here to here, which I don't know what it would be actually. 21 pips, but your stops would have to be above here. Because if you do come back up, you're going to bomb up to at least 2035. You've got nearly 200 pips stop. It's just not worth it for me, that, like. I think tomorrow's going to be far better, because if we can get that bearish daily close, it's pretty straightforward. You know the dailies are going to start coming back down now to 2005. It's just because we've closed bullish, we close respecting, but it means this daily can do anything. It can close doji, it can flip and drive up, it could drive down, it can do anything. I don't know where it's going to close. That's the issue we've got. And with the 4 creating a bottom wick first and then flip to the upside, it didn't allow us to get in at this wing back. But if the 4 didn't have a bottom wick, that wing back would have been on, guys. It would have been perfect. I would have been in there. We would have pushed 50 pips in like a 5-minute candle, but I couldn't take it. Couldn't take it. You've got a 3-hour close there, so you're just going to get a wick fill. Yeah, because, I mean, we've closed respecting on the 2-hour again there. So it means the 2s are going to come back up. But are you going to tap 2019? Can we not just take a wing? If anything, what I'd like to see, but it wouldn't happen until about 11:30, because if you can get an hour close, right, an hour close above here, you could then take a wing back buy from 2019. Pull back, break the lows, and then flip to drive back up, right? Because at that point you would have had an hour breakout to the upside, okay, and then you could take a wing back buy. But you can't take wing back buy when you've got an hour bearish close, because technically you're bearish. Yeah, you're bearish. But for me to take a sell to the downside at the minute, I'd need a top wick on the 4. Decent top wick. And plus there's a couple of areas here on the 4 what's not very nice. You could reject from these areas at any point. So I'm just not liking that at the minute. Oh, there's a 30. Oh, the 30's closed to the lows. So the 30's broke out. Does that mean if the 30 is going to flip? You've broke the high, so you've now got liquidity to now break this low. You've got a nest play on the 15. But are you going to break the lows? No, I'll give it till 10:30, guys. See what this 30 does. Even if this 30 closes bullish. I ideally want this 30 to close bullish up here, respecting. Something like this. But in order to do that, I do believe you're going to have to tap 2019 in order to close back above. And then the new 30 closes bullish again. Then the new 30 is the one what comes up, taps 2028 for a wing back buy, back down to 2014. But you'd probably have to go risk free at 2026. So let's have a look at data. When you tap 2028, even if you drive up or down, how far back? So at the minute you come to here at 2026. So if we mark this up, okay, so price comes up, activates, back down, doesn't quite make it, but it does eventually, so we'll keep that on there. So price comes up, taps, back down, price comes up, taps, back down, ups again, taps. These all make it as well. Okay, up, taps, doesn't come back for ages, so you'd get stopped out there, so that's not a good sign. Comes up, taps here, doesn't make it again, you would have got stopped out, so it's not looking good. Straight away, it's not going to work out. So I don't even like that. There's probably nothing going on for me, guys. I think we sort of missed our opportunity this morning, didn't we? That there, that would have been perfect. Apart from the 4. Because if you think about with this as well, look what price is doing. Right, I'll go on the 15, so it's easier. So price is just messing about, up and down in these areas, yeah. Now, it's the only breakout we've had is this one. This is broke out. This has broke the highs, right? So why did it break the highs? Did it break the highs in order to then break the lows down here? So therefore, does that mean are we coming down to break out? And if we're breaking out to the downside, are we breaking out in order to now break these highs to come back up? Or are these just liquidity grabs in order to start coming back up? Like so. We don't know. But either way, I probably need more data to know. Because the 4's closed in an awkward position for me. Just these minor supports really. But even if you'd broke below, you probably wouldn't take it. Because look at these 4's. They can just bomb straight back up. So you probably wouldn't take these 4's anyway. I think we need to get rid of that range really. I don't like this 2028 now. Off the 30s. If anything, if the 4 comes and taps 2024, sell stop underneath the 4, that's if it does flip to the downside. And it'd be to 2019, but yeah, I'm probably gonna call it, guys. There's nothing going on here. I think, unfortunately, I think we missed our opportunity on this. But the hour's pushing now. So what are you doing there? So what's the hour done? 15's closed nest, so you couldn't even take that. So if you get a 15-minute break above and get 1 wick down, does it do that though? Back down. 2019. You couldn't even take it because the 4's bearish. You'd need to wait for a forward bullish close. Yeah, I'm calling it here, guys. I can't even take a wing back buy up because the 4 was bearish. And I don't know if this is fully respecting support or whether this, because it does look like a minor support. So is it going to respect it or is it going to break through it and just disregard it? And it's just not worth it for me. Unfortunately. Any questions before I go? I'm going to call it a stream, guys. There's no point. New York might bring something. If it does, I will be trading New York. I'll drop it in the trade IDs if anything comes up. Any questions before I go?
Not for me, my mate. Cheers.
No worries. I'm going to go away and make some Teletubby thumbnails for YouTube. So keep an eye out on the next YouTubes. What the thumbnails?
Tinky Winky.
Yeah, Tinky Winky. Yeah. Okay, guys. Right, I'm gonna love you to leave it. I'll see you tomorrow. We're on tomorrow. I'm not on Wednesday, busy Wednesday, but on tomorrow, on Thursday, on Friday. If you're watching on YouTube, drop us a like, subscribe to the channel, notify you when I'm on. Get into our Discord, it's free. I'll also notify you if I'm on or not on in the chat on there as well. Alright, guys, have a good day. I'll catch you later.
No worries, you too, man. See you later.
Bye.
See you later, man.
Take care, mate.